Boy, Kobe Bryant, outstanding game, 39 points. Monte Ellis, 38 for the Warriors. And some quick news, Trailblazer star Brandon Roy will be having surgery. So, in the studio, our very special guest, his name is Bob Kennedy, a.k.a. SoCooL Bob. And Bob, welcome to the show.
Welcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having us. I know it's been a bit of a crazy time here on the McDude Sports Show. But Bob, we're having you in here because you're a very interesting man. First of all, you're a guy that played collegiate basketball at San Jose State University, home of the Spartans. And Bob, you are a gentleman who has, it's very interesting to try to describe the complexity of you, because you are trying to change the world with, believe it or not, folks, get ready, do not turn this dial. Bob is a master, drum roll. Bob is a master of, believe it or not, the underhand free throw. Now, the underhand free throw is something that literally has, transcended the sport as far as your ability to make baskets from the free throw line. Rick Barry is the all-time NBA free throw shooter. Second, number two.
Mark Price, number one.
Mark Price. So, well,
a coach for the Warriors, by the way.
Okay, so Mark Price number one, Rick Barry number two. But Rick Barry is a gentleman who's a Hall of Famer. He was very famous for shooting the underhand free throw. Now, Bob, at age 65, and looking good and in fantastic shape. Bob's dancing away here. He's got nothing but energy. Bob, at his age, has the ability to shoot 90% from the line via the underhand. And so, Bob, what is and we don't, this is radio, what is the significance of the underhand free throw? What are you trying to do with this? Because it's just kind of a unique Sonoma County, North Bay story.
Well, now that's an important question that you asked. Because as we know, I'm not a basketball player, and I'm not going to be. There's not very
many.
You
might be.
Well, at this age, most people don't play because they don't have lungs, they don't have legs, and you need those things.
Yeah, right.
What I am, what's important to the audience, is I'm a person that recommends that there's a definite method for improving your life that works immediately and all the time into the future. If you're 20 years old now, it'll work until you're 80 or 90, and it's called setting goals.
And save that thought.
That's it.
Because it is January 13th, 2011. It's New Year. So with that said, explain via the free throw how we can be successful in 2011. And of course, we can't write a book, so you have to do it in soundbite radio terms. But go ahead and try to explain to the folks and just how significant it is. And then I want to jump and talk about the NBA, because you've approached the Warriors to help them. But let's talk about setting goals in 2011.
Well, that's a significant thing. The free throw is just an example of one little item we could use to set goals. The good part about the free throw is it starts with the goal. And the goal doesn't change. It's always 13 feet away from the free throw line. Nobody can stop you. So since we know that the method for developing skill at anything is to do it once and twice and then practice and then get really good at it, why wouldn't anybody be able to shoot, 70%, 80% free throws? Nobody can stop them. They get to practice every day.
And NBA players should be able to do this. But
Don't you think so?
Absolutely.
How about the audience? Do they think so?
I did the audience, 80%, Kari? 90?
Now my question is, when I attempted the underhand free throw,
Congratulations, good. Yes.
People laugh.
They did.
Well, that's yeah. Bob has an answer for that.
You know what? If you got really good at it, they'd still have an objection to you for some strange reason. It's something unique about the free throw. But the question is, what is the goal of shooting free throws? Is the goal to make the basket?
Yeah.
Or not to be laughed at?
It's to score.
To make the basket.
I suppose you could sum it up in this way. Suppose you're a heart surgeon.
Yes.
You do things a certain way that maybe are a little unorthodox, and they're much simpler looking, but they have unbelievable results. Would you not want to do that?
Wouldn't everybody want to do it that way?
Of course, that's what I'm saying.
Then why is it so different with the underhand free throw?
You tell me, you're the expert.
I don't know, to be quite honest, because I'm not an expert at negatives. I don't understand why people don't do things that are good for them. The only thing I do understand is it's easy to demonstrate. It takes 2.5 minutes to demonstrate how to do it.
Okay, so,
The skill involved, you're an athlete, the skill involved, athletes pay attention. What is the skill of an underhand free throw? It's moving your hands from point A to point B.
right.
Is that difficult?
Heck no.
That's the easiest thing I can think of for which you get a point. And then how do you develop that skill? You practice a little bit. I say that in 6 weeks, with about 3 hours a week's worth of practice, anybody can shoot 70 to 80% free throws all the time.
Why don't we do this? Why don't we take a challenge?
Now you're talking.
To our McDude sports listeners. And Bob, I don't know if you're willing to do this because I know time is precious, but you're a very giving guy. In fact, Bob is a...
I think Bob already does it.
Yeah, well,
If you're shooting.
no. Bob's actually in here with his wonderful video equipment. We are almost live, but not quite, but we're live on the radio. And he's filming what we do here. And why I'm telling you this, because the McDude Sports Nation, if you are willing to take the challenge, I bet you Bob would be willing to show you how to shoot an underhand free throw and do it with incredible success. And I think what you're trying to say, Bob, is that through this repetition, you were able to achieve amazing goals.
And it's so simple is with the amazing part. I mean, it's A to B.
No.
A to B.
Okay,
A to B.
A to B.
Does it matter height or in those basketball, those typical,
But remember I said we were talking about goals?
right?
What I say when I quote teach the underhand free throw is the goal will teach you. Because if you do A, that's easy to do. It's not a skill. You put your feet down, you put your hands down, and you hold your hands right in the same place every time. Now you're going to go from A to B. The basket will teach you how far B is.
Yeah, Bob, make sure you keep your microphone. There you go, right there, perfect.
Very good.
Hey, Bob, I guess one of the questions and one of the intriguing things about you